I mean, wow, what a game to kickstart the Premier League season. I'm still catching my breath. I'm even having to drink loads and loads of water. It's already hot, but I mean, wow, Liverpool Football Club, they may have not been at their best, but they're showing mentality. Mentality monsters. The same mentality which got them the Premier League title last season. We're seeing it again on the first game of the season. We're going to delve into the game, analyze the game, talk about the good, talk about the bad. It's going to be really, really interesting. But before I begin, if you are new here, please hit the subscribe, smash the like as well, Liverpool fans. It's a great day for you. You know, people just don't get it. The start of the season is just all about getting those 3 points. Nothing else matters. You may not play at your best, but have you got the ability to win the game? There's already so much pressure on Liverpool, so much pressure on Arne Slot to do the business once again. You know, it was an alien season, a manager coming into his first Premier League season as a coach for Liverpool Football Club to go on and win the Premier League. It is just so unheard of. I think it's only happened, 4 or 5 other times in the whole Premier League history, including, you know, the previous Premier League as well. That is absolutely incredible. So for Arne Slot to keep up that same level with how much money has been invested in the Premier League this season, well, this summer, it is just so much to ask. But today he got the job done. The substitutions were correct. I mean, I just want to start talking about Federico Chiesa, because I think every Liverpool fan agrees that his song is the best. But nobody could sort of come together and agree that Chiesa has been a very good signing. He's had injuries. He's not been given minutes. In the game that he played up against Plymouth Argyle, the last proper game he got for Liverpool, he was really disappointing against that Championship outfit. But what we must not forget is how football is so circular. It comes around again. You get your opportunity, and Chiesa's finish, my word, what a goal. I don't know about you, but that looked like a goal of a seasoned 9, somebody who's full of confidence, somebody who's been absolutely firing for Liverpool Football Club. The way he took it down and took that shot into the bottom corner, it was just unreal. And as an Arsenal fan, I'm not going to lie, when Liverpool went 2-0 up, I was like, oh, they've done it again, typical Liverpool. Then when it went to 2-1, then 2-2, I had a little bit of hope because I want to see my team win the Premier League title. I'm sure you Liverpool fans can understand my position on that. But I have to give kudos. You guys just keep on going. It doesn't matter. Any adversity, how you guys respond to adversity is so good. Because, you know, I saw Chiesa coming on and I was like, why on earth are you taking Florian Wirtz off? Somebody who's so creative. I know he didn't have his best game. I was like, why would Arne Slot do that? And then not too long later, Chiesa does that and scores. It just goes to show that's why I'm here reporting on games. And that's why Arne Slot's actually on the touchline, doing the changes, doing what's necessary to get Liverpool those 3 points. Because it was a scintillating end. And of course, I know I'm doing this back to front. We've got to talk about Mo Salah's finish as well. It wasn't his best game. But look, the best players in the Premier League, they score when they need to score. They get their opportunity and they bury it. There were so many times in the game where Salah was in a transitional moment and he wasn't punishing Bournemouth. But towards the end, we saw the energy, we saw the desire, and he absolutely punished them on his right foot. I don't even know what he was doing on the left-hand side. But again, you know, we're just seeing that fluidity that Liverpool will have this season. You know, Ekitike was picking it off the left, Gakpo through the centre, Wirtz in the centre forward role, Szoboszlai off the right. There's going to be a lot of alterations between the Liverpool players, and that's how you're going to confuse the defensive blocks. The goal that Liverpool scored, the first one, we can now talk about it, was just caused by chaos, by Ekitike forcing the issue. You know, I'm going to be really, really brutally honest. That should have been a red card for Senesi. I'm sorry. If Liverpool had lost that game, I would have supported you guys in being very frustrated, because it's happened so many times in the Premier League where we have we've seen these decisions where referees are scared to make the decision. I know it's the first game of the Premier League season, but it doesn't matter if it's the first game, it doesn't matter if it's the last game, it doesn't matter if it's mid-season. You can't be making poor decisions, and Anthony Taylor made a mess of it. That literally had to be a red card for Senesi. He made the motion. Ekitike was going to be through on goal and he would have scored. With the vein of form he's in, I would have backed Ekitike to score every single day of the week. You know, in pre-season, Ekitike was absolutely incredible. He was scoring goals. He was connecting the play. And in that first half, that was exactly what was happening. Ekitike was dropping deep. He was connecting the play. He was on the left. He was on the right. He was popping up everywhere. He was taking up shots. The thing with Ekitike is he is a magnet in terms of opportunity. opportunities, in terms of chances, he always just finds himself on the end of them. And that's an art. That is something that a good centre forward does. They just always manage to find themselves on the end of chances. His movement was top. You know, you can already see when Ekitike has even more rhythm, he's going to be an absolute problem. There were some flicks that he was doing during the game where I was just like, oh my days. I literally had to just look at the screen and be like, Ekitike is a problem. I even sort of said multiple times during the game, I was like, do Liverpool even need Isak? I don't even think they need Isak. With the way Ekitike played in that first half, especially in the second half too, where he kind of slowed down, but he was still finding himself in positions. He got the assist for Gakpo. I thought, why are Liverpool getting Ekitike when they've got a guy like him who's doing this, that's picking up the ball, not getting Isak, sorry, and having Ekitike? It's just greed. It seems like greed, especially when we consider those defensive issues, which we need to talk about. But yeah, you know, Gakpo, that goal was just really, really good. You know, it's typical Gakpo. I almost put him as the right-footed Robben, and when any time he turns in and takes a shot, I almost turn around and be like, it's going in. I'm not going to be lying to you guys. Whenever Cody Gakpo picks up the ball and cuts inside, I'm almost like it's going to go in. Genuinely, I'm even sort of sweating due to the high-octane game it is. And how the weather is as well. It's been scintillating hot. And that Premier League game was scintillating as well. Gakpo turning in, great shot like I've said. Those are the moments which going to be crucial for Liverpool next season. You know, people will talk about how poor their defense was, but the fluidity of their attack was really good. When a player like Wirtz can have an off day and you can still score 4 goals, that's a testament to the attacking quality you have. And that's the same with Mo Salah. He had an off day. I know he scored in the end, but Ekitike was turning up. McAllister looked pretty good before he was substituted too. I think they needed those legs. I think, you know, in terms of the other new signings, Frimpong and Kerkez, it wasn't their best games. I think Frimpong got forward really well, actually. I think he went on the overlap. Salah was able to cut in. That's something we're going to see different, especially with Frimpong as the right back. Salah's ability to cut in more, because obviously Trent would occupy the space behind. Salah would have the ability to and had to sort of make the space himself, go on the outside. But with Frimpong, you know what he's going to do. He's going to do an overlap. He's going to attract defenders to follow him. There's going to be opportunities for Salah to cut in and shoot. And that's the same with Gakpo on the other side. We saw underlaps from Kerkez. We saw overlaps as well. You know, and I know a lot of Liverpool fans were quite disappointed with the Kerkez debut, but he was tenacious. It's not easy going up against Semenyo. Semenyo knows every single Kerkez trick in the book. They were together at Bournemouth. And it's never easy making your debut against your former side too. We must take that into account. But yeah, I think Kerkez, him coming off was the good change from, you know, Arne Slot. He noticed he was struggling. He was bold enough to make the change. I know in the end, Endo right back didn't really change much, but he moved him into midfield. They were able to get a bit better control and sustain attacks going forward. And that's everything you can sort of ask for. And I know we've got to end this segment being a bit more disappointed with the Liverpool defence. They weren't great. The structure wasn't great. They were leaving themselves too open. But like I've said, it looks as though they're going to get themselves players like Mark Gahey. They're going to get themselves, you know, Leone, who's a here we go. I think it was presented today, if I'm right. I didn't quite see the build-up. But they're going to get the reinforcements in, and that's what you can count on with Liverpool. So if they do get Gahey, if they do get Leone, and they manage to get Isak as well, it'll be very successful. I feel like Liverpool are going to be good. But that was a performance of a team that are going for the Premier League. Winning mentality. Don't play well, but win the game. But that's it for now, and on to next time. Peace.